just care for you. You are the reason the season. Just care for you. You are the reason the season. Just care for you. You are the reason the season.
tumigil ang pulisiya.
You who dwell in the shelter of the Lord, who abide in his shadow for life, say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock, in whom I trust, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. The snare of the fowler will never capture you, and famine will bring you no fear. Under his wings, your refuge, his faithfulness, your shield, and he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. And for to his angels he's given a command to guide you in all of your ways. Upon their hands they will bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. And hold you in the palm of his hand.
Good morning, dear teachers, and wishing everyone a sunny and happy Saturday. Welcome to our second day of this 3-day program. Today is a whole day um, of learning for everyone because we have two sessions for today. We have a session this morning and also an afternoon session at 1:30 p.m. So before that po, let me give a few reminders, of course, to accomplish the attendance link for session 2 a.m. session po, which is up on our FB group page. So nandun po yon. And by this time po, sana we have already downloaded our assessment tool, which is in a Word file po that has been uploaded on our FB group page as well, Kung nahihirapan po kayong mag-download nito using your cell phone, kindly use a device with a Word application, desktop po or laptop or tablet with a Word application para po ma-save natin ito. Accomplish this as we go from one session to the next session. Ang submission po nito ay through a submission bin which we will put up tomorrow. Let me take this opportunity to welcome to the i.LEAD family our new lifetime members. So starting po from yesterday, madami na po yung mga nag-members. So we're enjoining everyone to those who are interested to accomplish the membership link on our FB group page. Our lifetime members, Ma'am Raya Disipulo, Ma'am Rodoria Gilo, Ma'am Teresa Bondok, Sir Genea Adoptante from Cebu City, Ma'am Agnes Prado from Tarlac City, Ma'am Remalyn Cardenas from the SDO of Cagayan. Welcome po to our lifetime members. And we also have annual members as well. We have Ma'am May Flordao from SDO Mati City, Sir Kelvin Paul Panuncio from CHCCI, Ma'am Bay Basbas from Santa Rosa City, and of course, Ma'am Irene Bolivar from Puerto Princesa. Welcome po to the i.LEAD family. For those of you who are still interested, the link is still up on our FB group page, and our cutoff is up to 5 p.m. today po so that we can print your certificates and ID. Okay. Now, yesterday po, we with Doc Maribel Reyes, a school head, also from the Department of Education. She's been a seasoned school head managing schools for more than 15 years. So from that session, we have already discussed issues and challenges that are involved in managing schools. So marami po tayong issues and some of them are problems, but I would like to call them challenges because there are solutions to these challenges. So today, in the morning and in the afternoon, we're going to look at how we can address these challenges effectively using the resources that are available to us. So yun po yung gagawin natin for the whole day today. Starting with our second session, the first module on management and leadership, which focuses on managing people, data, and processes to foster school improvement. So yan po yung topic natin for this morning. And this session, the objective is to use emergent networks in the optimal utilization of the various resources in your respective schools and introduce you to new and innovative ways of resource utilization and optimization for more successful results. Tulad po ng nadi-discuss natin kahapon, maraming resources, maraming networks na pwede tayong itap. But how can we maximize this? That is what we are going to talk about this morning, with our expected learning outcome being to formulate strategies to employ the network complementarities to foster school improvement. So very exciting po ang ating topic. And we will answer this for our assessment this morning. The highly proficient teachers are asked to identify, very simple lang po, identify resource availability and the sources of these resources. Para po sa ating mga new school heads, so school head career stage 1, you're asked to provide an articulation of designs integrating innovative network complementarities of school roles in resource generation and management. For the more seasoned school heads, career stage 2, articulation of best practices on resource generation and management which can be adapted or adopted in various school settings. So yan po yung ating assessments for this morning. And to help us respond to our assessment tool and achieve our learning outcome for this morning, we have with us Dr. Mia Torres de la Cruz, who holds a PhD in Educational Management. She specializes in research, information, and communications technology, or ICT, education technology, mathematics, statistics, and physics, green ICT, sustainability. She's currently a researcher, educator, and consultant at Infinite Dynamic Minds International Research and Consultation at Negeri Sembilan in Malaysia and at Sairam Institute of Management at Sairam Engineering College in Saileonagar in India. Ladies and gentlemen, dear teachers, let's welcome our speaker for this morning, Dr. Mia Torres de la Cruz. Doc Mia, good morning po.
Morning, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with you today. So we will start with our session on managing people, data, and processes. Thank you for having me, Ma'am Ria. Okay,
Always a pleasure po.
let me share my screen.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay.
Visible po.
All right. Okay, let me just okay. So we have managing data, people, and processes, including the resources, networks, no, and complementarities. So these are the topics that we'll be discussing today. The first one would be a self-audit, which is academic leadership capability. So we cannot deny that the number one resource, no, number one resource would be a human resource, which is tayo, no, ourselves. And then the next one would be how we are going to manage people, managing data, the processes. Then we have resources, networks, and complementarity. So let's start with academic leadership capability. Ayan. Ano nga ba yung academic leadership capability? Okay. According to Nelson Mandela, a leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. So tayo yon, dear leaders, no? We are like the shepherd. So sometimes the people that we are leading do not know that we are directing from behind. So let's start. Um, the the reason why we start with leadership capability is ano ba ang capability natin? What is our capability as a leader? So first, tingnan muna natin, no? Tingnan muna natin, are we really capable of leading our subordinates? So define muna natin kung ano ang leadership capability. So sabi dito, essentially, it is a way of thinking, feeling, and subsequently behaving and acting as a leader. So it is the ability to have a developed sense of who one is. Yung ano ba tayo talaga? Ano bang gusto nating ma-achieve? Yan. What is it that we want to achieve? So this is the ability to set the vision and the example. Or later, no, we will take this one by one. Ito yun, no? It is the ability to inspire, engage, direct, and teach. Hindi dahil, okay, ikaw na yung leader, ikaw yung principal, ikaw yung supervisor. Supervisor ako, you follow me. Hindi po. It is a big responsibility. Sabi nga ni Spider-Man, ano nga sabi ni Spider-Man? A great power.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Correct. Great power comes great responsibility. So you are given the power to lead. So malaki rin yung responsibility natin. And we audit ourselves. Capable ba ako talaga? Yun po, no? So we have the academic leadership capability framework. Ito yung mga yon, no? We have the vision, innovation, skills, confidence, integrity. Meron ba tayo ng mga to, no? So let's audit ourselves. Are we able to empower? Are we able to plan, mentor, motivate, and support? So ito po yung framework natin. Okay, so academic leadership capability framework is actually a standard, international standard. So everywhere, it is being used as a guideline or as guide, no, for our academic leaders. Hindi lang po sa academic. This is also being used in in business, yung leadership capability framework. So yung academic leadership capability framework, it describes a set of core capabilities para mag-guide tayo as leaders, no, in different areas of academic influence. So I'm sure you know that leadership development is not one time na pag, okay, leader na ako, tama na. Hindi po. We develop continuously, ongoing ang development natin. And we improve our skills. Continuous po yan. So ano ba yung mga capabilities na to? Okay. All right. So ito pa yung description of our academic leadership capability framework. First, it describes, no, what good leadership looks like in the academic organization. So ano ba ang good leadership? Ano ba yung mga capability that we need so that we can lead, we can manage an organization, an academic organization? Number two, it articulates the capabilities that the organization needs. Ano ba ang kailangan ng organization natin? Ano ba ang ng school natin, no? Para ma-deliver so that we will be able to deliver the key priorities. Pangatlo, it would build and maintain the culture needed within the institution. So we do have our own culture, no? We develop the culture that is needed by our school. So yung culture na yon, yung culture na dinidevelop natin, it should be able to support the institution so that we will be able to achieve our goals, no? So ang example nito yung research culture, no? Research culture. Nade-develop ba natin yung research culture? Because this is supposed to help us with our pedagogy, yung learning, teaching and learning process ng ating institution. So it is a valuable tool for identifying and promoting talent and for guiding what kinds of leadership development programs are needed. Yun po bang yung tuloy-tuloy yung pag-develop natin, tuloy-tuloy yung promote natin for leadership talents. Yung if for example one of our leaders would be transferring to another school or promoted to another position, meron bang susunod sa kanya who will have the same talent, the same capabilities that we have already developed. Yung ganun po, no? So ito yung 9 leadership capabilities natin sa Pilipinas. Actually this is not just Philippines, but this is the one that we identified na naka-fit sa Asia, no? It is fit in Asia. Therefore, ito rin po yung fina-follow natin in the Philippines, no? So we have the 9 leadership capabilities: inspiring and influencing. As a leader, we should be able to inspire. We should be able to influence, diba? In your own field, influencer ka dapat, no? As the leader. Then second one is building talent. So when we recruit our teachers, nabibuild po ba natin yung talent nila, na i-improve po ba natin sila? Setting direction. So what would be the goal? Are we able to help them plan, no? managing resources. So, are we able to manage yung mga resources na available? I remember during the pandemic, no po? And we have seen that our leaders are very good, no, in using the available resources kahit na kulang, hindi ho ba? Kulang na kulang, kita mo kulang na kulang, pero uh, nagagamit natin, at saka we are able to produce more, no? More resources na kailangan ng ating schools. Dito po natin nakita kung gaano kagaling ating mga leaders sa mga schools, no? Next, we have strategic thinking and planning. What are the strategies that we are going to use, no? So that we will be able to improve our school. Then learning continuously. Ito po yung this is something that we need to do. We learn continuously. Example, in technology, sa technology na lang po, no? Next week lang may bago na naman. Next month, yung natutunan natin ngayon, wala na. Hindi na natin kailangan kasi may bago na naman. So we have to learn continuously. Embodying values, okay, means that we will be able to apply, no, the values that we expect from others, no, contribute to the development of education beyond their own organization. Ibig sabihin, we are able to network, we are able to contribute outside our own schools, no? We are able to link, we are able to connect with other schools beyond our own, no? Then the ninth one is cultural awareness and preservation. Yung kultura ng ating bansa, no? Our culture. Aware po ba tayo? Aware po ba tayo? And are we able to preserve this culture that we have? Yan po. So ito yung 9 leadership capabilities na kailangan nating i-audit sa mga sarili natin. Yan po, no? So, ayan. Opo, meron ho tayong activity. So this is our activity. This is self-assessment po. Kindly grab a pen and paper po, no? Pen and paper. And what we want to do, okay, what we want to do is to rank the 9 leadership capabilities. Ito po yung nasa screen ninyo, according to your strongest down to your weakest. So this would be self-assessment. I-rank mo, number 1 would be the strongest. Which among these capabilities is strongest for you? And 9 would be the weakest. So, kunwari, yung building talent, yun yung number 1 mo. Yun. That's number 1. Which one is number 2? Tapos, just rank them and you will see, and we will see later on kung ano ba ang general na strongest sa ating bansa, no? In the Philippines, which one is the strongest? Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes po to rank the 9 leadership capabilities na nandyan sa harap nyo. And
Ayaw sa pagkain,
yeah, number it, you rank it from 1 to 9. Go ahead po. Yan. So we have inspiring and influencing, managing resources, embodying values, building talent, strategic thinking and planning, contributing to the development of education beyond their own organization, setting directions, learning continuously, and cultural awareness and preservation. So kindly rank according to your own no? Your own capability. Alin ba dito ang pinaka-capable mo, no? And which one is your strongest and which one is your weakest? Go ahead po. Okay, so na-rank na po natin. So, ayun po, no? Ayan. So, siguro po we can, ayan. Marina, pakilagay po yung first three sa rank, number 1, number 2, and number 3 sa chat. So, I see yung kay Ma'am Rina. Ma'am Rina says, nawala. Sorry po. Ayan. Parang, yung kay Ma'am Mary Ann, sabi niya, number 1 niya is inspiring and, inspiring. Kay Ma'am Joy, strategic planning. Oh, si Sir Mark also inspiring and strategic planning. Number 2 is strategic planning. Ma'am Mary Ann is number 2 ang strategic thinking niya. Number 1 naman yan kay Ma'am Marilu. Kay Ma'am Mary Ann, number 3 yung setting directions. For Sir Rodel, strategic planning. Number 1 niyo po ito, Sir Rodel. Tapos kay Ma'am Marini, strategic thinking. Sir Danilo is strategic thinking din. Ma'am Divina is planning. Ma'am Jenaline, strategic thinking and planning. So I can see that most of us, no, inspiring and influencing tsaka strategic thinking ang nandun sa top 2, no? Nasa top 2. Kay Ma'am Rina kanina, ayun. Kay Ma'am Rina, sabi niya, inspiring and influencing, setting directions, and strategic thinking. Yun yung first 3 niya. Kay Ma'am Jocelyn is learning continuously. For Sir Bartolome, number 1, strategic thinking din. Yun. For Ma'am Cheryl, embodying values, inspiring and influencing, and strategic thinking and planning. Kay Ma'am Corazon. Ma'am Corazon, number 1 niya is building talent, managing resources, inspiring and influencing, etc. So I can see po, parang ang first 3, nandoon yung inspiring and influencing, Tapos strategic and planning, strategic thinking and planning. And number 3, building talent, ganun. So iba-iba na po. Okay, so thank you so much po. Thank you so much for the ranking. Yan. So tignan po natin, no. There's a study actually in 2021 by Ma'am Gloria Nemedes for Region 1. Region 1 po, no? Region 1 and another one by Padilla and Company in Region 8, no? And they assessed the academic leadership capabilities of leaders in Region 1 and Region 8, no? At ito po yung results. Ayan. According to the two studies, no, the 3 strongest academic leadership capability of Filipino leaders, no, is Filipino academic leaders, no. This is in universities, universities at saka universities and high school, no. Universities dito sa Region 1, yung sa Region 8 naman, high school. So, ang number 1 is building talent, learning continuously, at saka embodying values. So, our leaders are very capable, no, in building talent. Ibig sabihin, they support our teachers in career development, personal improvement, mga ganun po, no? Also, they improve on themselves. Kaya number 2 yung learning continuously. So a lot of them, even when they already have their PhD, continuous pa rin ang learning nila. And then embodying values, no? Whatever values that they have, that they espouse in their organizations, they apply it and walk the talk, sabi nga nila, no? So these 3 are the strongest academic leadership capability in 2021. So yun po, parang building talent lang yun. Yung nakita kong pumasok sa number 3 natin, no? So ano naman po ang weakest? Yan. Surprisingly sa atin, no, dun sa ating ranking, no, nakita ko number 1 ang strategic thinking and planning. Number 1 or number 2 or number 3. Nakapasok siya dun sa ranking natin, no. However, according to the 2 studies, no, the 3 weakest academic leadership capability are, number 1, ito yung pinakahuli lagi, no? Contributing to the development of education beyond their own organization. So ano to? Ito yung networking po natin. Ito yung partnering with other schools. Ito yung linkages with other agencies outside their own organization. And then number 2 is management of resources. At saka number 3, strategic thinking and planning. Imagine, yun po yung 3 na weakest according to studies. Yan po, no? So, let's continue. So, ito po yung 3 weakest. So, yun ang kailangan nating i-improve. And look at this. According to BALA in our Observer Research Foundation, no? Ito, international na po ito. So, during the pandemic, no? Na-identify nila that the leaders that they need, no? With full leadership capabilities of, number 1, internal and external networking influences. So as you can see, this is the this is the yung linking with other organizations outside the organization. Yeah, this one is internal and external. So, kailangan natin ng networking influences. Which is true naman po, di ba? Kasi nung pandemic, magkukulang po tayo ng resources. Ano pong ginagawa natin? We partner with outside organizations. Natutulong po sa atin, hindi ho ba? Number 3, yung resource management capability. Ito po, yung magkukulang tayo ng paper para sa ating modules. Magkukulang tayo ng printer para sa pag-print ng mga modules natin. Nagkukulang siya. So ano ang ginagawa natin? Ayun po, naghahanap po tayo ng ibang source of this equipment na kakailanganin natin. And then, we also need inspirational leadership. Yung pang i-inspire natin yung mga teachers natin, i-inspire natin yung mga subordinates natin so that they can go on. Let's admit it, the pandemic was really very tough on all of us. Hindi lang po sa atin as leaders, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga teachers and to our students as well. So we are there, we're supposed to be there to inspire them, no? Kailangan nandun tayo. And I have seen that a lot of our leaders are inspirational talaga, nakaka-inspire, no? Okay. So, yun po yung sinasabi natin na kinakailangan. Yun, yung the need, no? These are the capabilities that are needed during the pandemic crisis. These have been identified. However, in our country, here in the Philippines, we do not term it as leadership capability. We term it as this one. Ito po, no? Yung National Competency-Based Standards for School Heads. Yung competencies, hindi ho ba? So this one, ito po, no? I know you are very familiar with this po. Yung National Competency-Based Standards for School Heads. So ito po sila, meron tayong 7. So we have school leadership, instructional leadership, creating a student-centered learning climate, HR management and professional development, parent involvement and community partnership, school management and operations, personal and professional attributes, and interpersonal effectiveness. So kung titingnan po natin, no, they are actually related. No? Related po yung national competency-based standards natin for school heads sa Pilipinas. At saka yung academic leadership capabilities. Nandun po siya. No? Nandun po siya. So ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin tayo nahuhuli. No? Hindi pa rin ho tayo nahuhuli. Although we term it as competency, but international standards term it as capability, leadership capability. Ayan. Ano nga ba kasi ang pagkakaiba? What's the difference between competency versus capability? No? And why do we term it competency? While in the international arena, they term it as capability. Ito po kasi yon. So, competency, this is the possession of skills, knowledge, and capacity to fulfill current needs. Yan, yung ngayon, ito na yon, yung whatever we face now, yun yung ating kailangan, no? While capability focuses on the ability to develop and flex to meet future needs. Hindi lang yung ngayon, but also in the future. Capability yan. Capability po yun. Yung competency, yung right now, the things, yung what we possess, no? what we possess, the skills and knowledge that we possess for now. While capability, ano ba ang meron tayo para sa kinabukasan? Ganun po, no? Now and in the future. So, competency, it may only be used to describe an individual. So, ako, for example, ano ba yung mga competencies ko? Ganon, no? But capability is used to describe hindi lang yung individual, but also organization and also an organizational unit. So, we can say na competent yung leader natin, but capable yung buong school. Ganon. So, buong organization, we can also describe it with capability. Another one is the application of competency. It may be limited to a defined set of circumstances. So, limited lang po to a defined set of circumstances. While for capability, applied siya in complex and changing circumstances. Competency is a standard set by a regulatory process or a workplace. So, yung kunwari dun sa school lang natin, dun sa DepEd, sabi, ito yung definition natin ng standard of competency. However, with capability, the standard is set by a profession. So, capability for the academe, capability for business, ganyan po, or external body, no? So, yun ang pagkakaiba ng competency at saka capability. Yan po. So, mas general po ang capability while competency is specific. No? It's more specific. Yan. So, yun po yung ating capability. We audit our own leadership capability muna. And then we go to managing people. Okay. So, as leaders po, yan, before I start, ano po ang ating dilemma? Ano po ang ating challenge in managing people? You can type it sa chat. Ano po ang dilemma natin sa pag-manage ng people? Ano ang masasabi po natin? Yun, sabi ni Ma'am, attitude, no? Yung attitude, dilemma po niya yun. According naman to Ma'am Ellen, individual differences. Same with Ma'am Maria Teresa. Yes, yung individual differences. Malaking problema ho natin yun, no? Differences of every personality, different values, correct po, no? Attitude, yes, the fear of change, different personalities, self-confidence of teachers, yes po, no? So ito yung mga problema natin minsan, no? Nagko-conflict, di ba? Nagko-conflict. Yes po, Sir Rodel, culture of teachers in the school. You cannot even imagine po sa international setting. Ay nako, talagang magkakaiba po ang kultura ng when you are teaching in an international school, it's so difficult talaga because of the conflict in culture, no? Yun, sabi ni Ma'am Irma, yung crab mentality minsan. Yes. Fear of change. Yes. By the way po, crab mentality, no? I'm telling you now, it is not exclusive to Philippines, no? Hindi po. Ay nako, mas malakas po sa ibang bansa ang crab mentality, especially sa I don't want to kaya lang may mga parts in Asia na talagang ang lakas-lakas po ng crab mentality. Hindi lang po sa Pilipinas yan, no? Yun po, sabi ni Sir Jason, afraid to go beyond the box. Yeah. Toxic behavior. Opo. So, from your comments po, no? From your comments, ay nako, talagang ang hirap-hirap mag-manage ng tao. Because of yun, sabi nyo nga po, yung individual differences. Yan. In fact, this is one of the most difficult uh, difficult management, no? Managing people. Totoo po yan. However, yan, we have to do it, di ba? So, unang-una ho nating isipin when we are managing people is the priority, no? Ano ho ba ang number 3? Ay, number 3. Ano ho ba ang 3 priority workplace issues? Focus ho tayo, no, dito. Number 1, managing productivity. Okay. Kailangan i-manage ho natin, i-separate natin yung personalities sa productivity. Kailangan we engage our teams, no? We engage our groups, no? We engage our teachers to focus on productivity. Pangalawa, kailangan chine-check natin sila regularly. And then there should be what we call performance reporting. And, of course, training and development. Ngayon po, no, kahit na sinasabi nating post-pandemic na hindi po. Kasi we still have blended, hybrid, and remote working. Hindi ho ba? Di ba? So, ano ba ang kailangan nating gawin during that time? During this time, no, we communicate pa rin. We communicate. Kailangan our communication still open. And it should be effective, no? Sabi nga po nila, sabi nila communication is the key, no? Hindi ho talaga yung communication kasi ang communication is if we define communication, ito yung pag-transmit ng message from the transmitter to the receiver. So communication na yon, i-communicate mo na. Pero what is important is yung comprehension, no? Yung na-communicate mo bang message naintindihan nila. Yun ang key talaga, no? So it has to be understood to be effective. So you should have effective communication. Next, connect emotionally, no? We connect emotionally. Sabi nila, kailangan i-set aside mo yung emotion mo. Hindi po. Ngayon po, in this age and time, kailangan our emotions should also be considered, no? Yan, alam niyo na po, yung mental health, ganyan, no? So, we should connect emotionally. Yung empathy natin should always be there, no? We also have to manage flexibility. Ngayon po, kailangan flexible na tayo. There are, right now, the transition from online or from modular to face-to-face, medyo nagkakagulo pa po, di ba? Because the transition is not really smooth, no? We have to expect that. So there is the flexibility. We have to identify kung saan tayo magiging flexible. So we need to manage that. And then we have to bolster technology enablement. Kailangan matuto tayo na gumamit na ng technology, no? So kagaya po ngayon, we are communicating, we are having this seminar through technology. And this is something that we need to learn. No po. And then, because of that, we have here upskilling for digital world. Kailangan i-accept po natin na nandito na po tayo sa digital world. So everything that we do now would depend on technology. So, what do? We maintain relevant workforce. Yan po, no? So anong ibig nating sabihin sa relevant workforce? Kailangan yung mga marunong we ask for their help, and we ask for their help so that they can teach the others, no? Kailangan i-identify natin kung sino yung talagang marunong, tapos sino ang makakatulong sa atin. And invest on initiatives. Kung itong teacher natin na ito, meron siyang idea, no? To do this, to do something, to do innovations, we invest on that. Then it should be applied to all levels. Hindi lang po yung sa ating mga subordinates, not just in the operations level. We also apply it into the management level, sa ating level din po, no? And then we nurture a culture of adaptability and flexibility. And ito po nakita natin during the pandemic that our teachers are really capable of adapting and capable of being flexible. No? So yun po, these are the 3 priority workplace issues we will have to consider. Okay, so we have strategies in managing teachers. Whatever challenges, whatever challenges that we face, kailangan po di ba? Kailangan i-manage natin sila. So we have here some strategies. Number 1, first, we establish clear goals and expectations. Okay, so our goals must be clear, and we should also communicate our expectations. Doing this, it will set a culture of integrity and trust. Kapag sinabi po natin, ito yung goal natin, ha? This is what I am expecting of you, no? So this will set what you want, no? What level of integrity and the trust that you expect from them, no? Or the trust that they should expect from you. We have straightforward communication on essential information. So kailangan sabihin na natin at the start, no? Yung for example, yung ating mga yung sa tardiness, attendance, mga ganyan po, no? I have one colleague where ang inexpect niya, no, the expectation is for him to be, kasi sabi nga natin, flexibility, ganyan, no, and yung blended learning, ganyan, no. And you know what my colleague was doing, pumapasok po siya ng 10 o'clock 10 o'clock in the morning. Although the class starts at 10:30, 10 o'clock po siya pumapasok. While everyone else is coming in at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, ganyan po, no? Because in our institution, ang office hours namin 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So parang flexible din, limited flexibility na 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, ganyan po, no? And this colleague of mine misunderstood na papasok ka kung kailan mo gusto, pero tapusin mo lang yung 8 hours, ganyan po, no? So that time, when he received his pay, nakita niya, bakit ang laki-laki ng deduction ko? Bakit ang dami kong tardiness? Ganyan. I fulfill the 8 hours. I fulfill the 8 hours daily. No? Then he was told na, you should have come in at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Then he said, but you said we are on flexi time. Yeah, no? Flexi time. And then he was told that no, flexi time is you can either come in at 8 or 9. So hindi nasabi sa kanya, hindi sinabi yung expectation. So there is miscommunication in that case, no? So yung sa atin, kailangan sabihin na natin from the start na, ito, ang flexi time natin, ito yung limit niya. Ganyan, no? It should be 8 and 9. 8 or 9. So, if you want to come in 8, then you have to specify na 8 ang pasok mo. Ikaw naman, 9 o'clock, kung yun ang gusto mo, yun ang pasok mo. But not beyond that. It should have clearly, should have been clearly specified from the start. So, ganun po, magkakaroon tayo ng miscommunication when we do not say what, when we do not tell them at the start and we do not tell them our expectations. Pangalawa, ito, no? Ito from all the strategies, from all the strategies na naibigay ng mga experts, ito yung laging number 1, no? Laging nandoon. Kung di man number 1, it's always there. Motivating and leading by example. Okay, you have to lead by example. So, we need to model traits that leaders want to see their teachers display. Ano ba ang gusto mong makita sa mga teachers mo? What is it that you want your teachers to display, no? So, some of us we want our teachers to dress, dress up, magpa-power dressing, no? You should dress this way, professional dapat ang iyong mga attire. Do we do the same? Do we dress professionally din po? Ganon, no? At sasabihin natin sa mga teachers natin, hindi yata professional yung sumasayaw-sayaw ka sa TikTok. Yan, no? Pero tayo ba? What is our behavior in social media? Ganon po. Professional din po ba? Yan. So we have to lead by example. We have to lead by example. They have to see us the way we want them to be, no? So yun po ang isang strategy. You have to show them first. Show me first, no? Before I will follow you. Ganun po yung mga teachers natin ngayon. And then, number 3, listening and involving teachers. Okay. So we involve the team in decision making. Sa pag-decide natin, tanungin natin sila. We listen to their sentiments. We listen to their input. Ano ba ang feedback nila? So there, number 3, no? Listening and involving teachers. Here, number 4 is advocating teacher well-being and development. Yun pong I think this is by who's this very successful businessman. Sabi niya, you take care of your employees, and your employees will take care of your customers. No? Narinig na po ba natin yon? Yung taking care of your employees, and your employees will take care of your customers. Ganon din po sa ating mga teachers, no? If we take care of our teachers, you will be ensured of a well-taken care student body. Huh? So, ang well-being, sinasabi po nating well-being, personal and professional development. Yung pong work-life, no? Yung work-life environment nila, or yung work-life health. Work-life health nila should also be well taken care of. Okay. So, promoting time management and productivity. So, let's promote time management and productivity from our teachers. Kasi nga, sabi natin, dun sa very first priority nga natin, di ba? We manage priority. So, time management and productivity, ito, complementarity rin po, no? So, let's share time management strategies with our teachers. para if they're good, they are skilled in time management, they would not feel, they would not feel they are overworked and undervalued. So let us also ensure na yung mga distractions na minimize, no? We minimize distractions. Ano ba? Isipin niyo, ano ba yung nakaka-distract sa ating mga teachers? Ayan. So, i-minimize natin yung distractions, and then that would lead to a boost in the concentration on productivity. And then we have number 6. We focus on student-centered goals. Yan, no? So difficult decisions will be easily acceptable when they are centered on student welfare. Kasi minsan, yung mga decisions natin, question ng mga teachers di ba? Bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? No? I-focus natin sa estudyante. This is for the good of our students. This is for the welfare of our students, which is actually the goal, no? The goal of education. Ayan. Ito naman po yung sabi natin kanina doon sa ating mga comments, yung attitude, the attitude of our subordinates. Nako, we can term it as difficult. Okay, difficult subordinates. Yes, there are difficult people. Palagi po yan, hindi nawawala sa isang organization. There are difficult people. Sometimes the difficult people are us. Diba? Yung mga leaders po, yung mga leaders po, minsan ang difficult. Pero paano po natin i-manage? Okay. Siyempre, unang-una, i-manage natin yung sarili natin kung tayo yung difficult. No? Pero minsan, we do not know that we are the difficult people, di ba? So, anyway, we need to be aware. Okay, we need to be aware. So, the first thing that we need to do, no? Siyempre, we identify kung sino yung mga difficult people. And these are the strategies on managing difficult people. Number 1, difficult teachers, no? Number 1, let's be empathetic. Yan, no? Let's be empathetic. Let's understand why the teacher is being difficult. Bakit ba siya difficult? Bakit ba siya mataray? Bakit ba siya suplada? Bakit ba siya combative? Why is the attitude like that? No? Let's understand. Balik tayo sa, to the roots. No? Bakit kaya? Kaya ang problema niya. Find out. Kasi baka naman they are going through a hard time. Yung may pinagdadaanan, no? May pinagdadaanan. Let's be empathetic. We personalize, no? I-personalize natin. Kung sa mga estudyante natin, no? If we are personalizing our teaching and learning to our students, why not with our teachers also, di ba? Okay. Let's find the common ground. Finding a common ground. Patingin nga, I want to see. Yan. Sabi ni Ma'am Noemi, I have one but he can still be managed. Opo. Yan. Mamamanage naman po natin if we have if we follow these strategies. Let's be empathetic. No? Pangalawa, we find common ground. Ano ba ang shared interest natin sa kanila? Or do we have a common belief, no? Para mag-connect tayo. So suplada siya sa akin. Ako, hindi siya nakikinig sa akin. Bakit kaya, no? Bakit kaya? So ano ba ang common ground? Like I was telling you about this guy, no, na ayaw makinig yung you should be doing this. These are the things that you should be doing, no? You follow these instructions. Hindi niya fina-follow po talaga. Bakit kaya? So I have to find out. So I have to talk to this person. So I asked him, what is your problem? What is it? Why? How come you cannot follow instructions? How come you do not want to listen to me? Then I realized na wala din po siyang kasi in Malaysia, ako lang po yung Pilipino doon sa organization. Uh, itong colleague ko na ito, siya rin lang ang Sri Lankan sa organization. So sinabi ko po sa kanya, okay, we are in the same boat, no? Na I'm the only Filipino. I don't have anyone to sympathize with me. Maybe we can discuss this and then help each other. Ganun po. Find a way na find a common ground. Find shared interest or common belief na para mas madali kayong mag-connect. So, although hindi pa rin kami masyadong close, no, with this colleague of mine, at least nakakapag-usap na kami. We are able to communicate and we are able to understand each other. Yan po, no? So, minsan, dati po talaga very aloof yung colleague ko na to sa akin because I need to get the output for research, no? So, hindi niya ho pina-follow yung mga instructions ko. So, what I did, yun nga, kinausap ko siya, tapos wala daw po siyang mapagtanungan, no? Wala siyang makausap. So sabi ko, you can talk to me because I am also alone in the organization. So maybe you can talk to me. So yun po, we are able to connect. Nagkaroon lang ng connection. And then, as leaders, we should stay calm and professional. We should always be professional all throughout. So kung merong episode, no? Yung episode ng katarayan, ganyan, or conflict, let us not react negatively. No? So do not react negatively to transgressions so that we will maintain good working relationships. Let us solve the conflict by staying civil and professional. And we should concentrate on doing the job. Yan po, no? We should practice staying calm and professional. Minsan po, hirap-hirap, hindi ba? Napakahirap yung mo talagang mag-react, di ka makareact, ganyan. But I think it's the best way. We have to stay calm and professional and we will be able to find a solution to manage the conflict. Ay, naulit yata yung being empathetic. Okay. So avoiding miscommunication and false assumptions. Yan. Avoiding miscommunication and false assumptions. And then we have conflict management. So ayun ulit, no? If there are conflicts, let's deal with the conflicts calmly and analytically. Yan po. So these are some strategies to manage difficulty. Yan po. Before I continue, meron ho ba kayong reaction? Meron ho kayong do you have anything to say about this one? Managing difficult people. Sa education po talaga meron, no? I don't know, but I think it's higher, especially in the knowledge and skill possession. Yung what skill do I have compared to you, yung mga ganun po, no? On the part of teachers, how can we handle difficult teachers? Yun po ba, Ma'am Teresa? Yun nga po, no? So we can apply we can apply the strategies. On the part of teachers, how can we handle difficult school heads? Okay. Paano kung yung school head ang difficult, di ba? Ayan. Yeah, I know it's difficult kasi as a subordinate, mahirap kung mahirap ka ring you cannot ganun, we can still use the same strategies pa. Mukhang ano ako. We can still use the same strategies. No? Let's be empathetic. Ganun din po, intindihin natin yung school head natin. Bakit ba siya masungit? No? Bakit niya ba ako sinisingle out? Diba? Ganun po. Bakit niya ba ako sinisingle out? Why is my boss singling me out? Ano ba? We have to understand it. Kung hindi natin alam, minsan talaga hindi natin malalaman. So we need also to, talk to them. We can talk to them, no? Yes, communication. Understanding each other. And still, no, you have to stay calm and professional whether you are the school head or whether you are the teacher. Correct, no? Sabi ni ma'am, staying calm is the best strategy. Kailangan kalma ka and you stay professional. Okay. Ano pa po? Do you have any other strategies na pwedeng ginagamit ninyo to manage difficult teachers or difficult bosses? Whichever is ano. Pwede ho nating you can unmute. You can unmute po tapos you can unmute po and you can you can talk to us. Share what you know. Share what you have pala. Yes, Ma'am Claire. Ma'am Claire po ba?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
I have an experience kasi I'm a young leader and I'm a unit head no in a school. Then I just find it very difficult to deal with teachers older than those retirable. So when pandemic came, it demands that our school will shift to online learning. And these retirable teachers somehow find it very difficult to adopt to the new learning modality that we will have. And as a leader, I find it difficult to deal with them, to have them accept the learning modality. And also if I have some, request or whatsoever, I find it parang awkward to na makiusapan sila kasi nga they are older, and every time na parang they go back to me like saying na hindi ka pa napapanganak, alam mo dito sa school natin ganito ganyan. Tapos paano pa baka perhaps you can help me how to deal with that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, it happens, ma'am. It happens everywhere. Yung bang ay nako, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik-balik na ako, naglalagari na ako, ganun po, no? Anyone who can share kung ano ang solution doon? Ayan, bago ko sabihin yung sa akin. Anyone po? Who wants to answer yung dilemma ni Ma'am Claire? Ma'am Claire ba? Ma'am Claire,
Clarice po,
yes.
ma'am.
Ma'am Clarice. Yes. Anyone po? Anyone who can share, who can answer? Yes, Ma'am Lilibet. Yan, Ma'am Lilibet.
Hello, good morning po. Somewhat related po kasi yung kay Ma'am Clarence. I am a school head of 87 teachers. It's just happened na may ganung situation. So what I did, mahalaga kasi na kapag nakikipag-usap tayo sa teacher, yung hindi tayo, yung feeling diktador, mahalaga yung facilitation doon sa communication. Oftentimes, ang ginagamit ko po ay parang in the form of question. So, okay, what is your problem? sasabihin niya yung problem sa akin, then isasuggest niya yung plano niya. Do you think yung plano mo ay applicable on our setting? Sasagot po uli siya. Sa palagay mo ba kung yan yung gagawin natin, ano yung magiging epekto niyan sa mga bata? Paano magkakaroon ba yan ng direct effect sa fellow teachers natin? Kung yan yung susundin natin, sa tingin mo magiging beneficial ba yan sa'yo? O may naiisip kang ibang paraan? Kasi there are times na ang tingin ng mga guro sa kanilang school head ay diktador. Sila na lang lagi yung nasusunod porque ba sila yung school head. Kaya there are times na dapat ay ma-feel ng mga guro that they are part on ano yung naging final decision. And naging amenable yung pinagtapusan. So dun sa case po na sinabi ni Ma'am Clarice, ang maganda natin na gawin doon sa mga teachers na yon is to ensure them na you are not demanding them to be the best in the beginning, to understand their limitations, and ipakita natin yung beauty na ibig sabihin na age does not define kung hanggang saan ang kaya mong magawa, because it's not about being a teacher alone, because it is about being a person. Whatever you learn doon sa technology na i-offer along the way na tumutulong ang paaralan para i-develop sila, at the end of the day, nasa kanila na yon. They can share it with their apos, with their pamangkins, and yung benefit ay magta-transcend from the concept of the school towards the personal concept nila. So sa tingin ko po, with that, hindi mabibigla pero little by little ay matatanggap ng guro yung beauty kung bakit natin kailangang sumabay sa technology and sa change.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Lilibet. Yes, that's very brilliant po. Let's also hear from Ma'am. Sino pong nauna? Sino pong nauna? Si
Ma'am Alma po. Si
Ma'am Alma.
Alma.
Yes, Ma'am Alma.
Hello po. Good morning po to everyone. Good morning, ma'am. Okay, just to add din po, tama po yung sinabi ni ma'am about how do we have to deal with this kind of seasoned teachers. During this pandemic po talaga kasi, technology has been a very difficult challenge for us leaders. Minsan po even we as educational leaders has some problem with it. But definitely we encountered teachers who are very seasoned na talaga pong nahirapang mag-adjust. So aside from having a heart-to-heart talk with them and explaining to them the importance po of accepting and embracing this technological change, kasi even if the pandemic goes away, we cannot go away anymore with this technology. It will always be a part of the educational system po talaga. What's another important point po is that we have to make them feel that we are ready to be of assistance to them. Tayo naman po sa school ay magkakasama. We know that we will not leave one another in difficult times, no po. But we have to give them practical ano po patawag doon? Kumbaga po ay concrete answers to their questions. What they do need is technical assistance in terms of this matter. And hindi po natin sila po pwede talagang biglain in terms of learning the technology. Bukod sa talaga po meron na silang personal, para po ba kasi ang nangyayari they really don't want to accept it, no, and to embrace the technology. Kaya sila nahihirapan lalong mag-adapt. Para naka-close na yung mind nila na I have been teaching for so long, I have done it without this kind of devices, I can still do it, no. So which is medyo imposible naman po talaga na, lalo na during those times of the heightened pandemic po talaga, that even if we are not teaching our students online, kasi po we adopted po modular distance learning modality, modular po yung amin. But to be able to continue our duties, we always have to ito po kagaya ng mga video conferences, dumating sa point na ito lang yung ating means of communication with one another. Ano po. So what I do po is I really made them feel that not just ako, but everybody in the group who are knowledgeable in this aspect are ready to help. So nagkaroon po kami ng consensus na we will be assisting po our seasoned teachers na hindi po maka-adapt kaagad, no? So dumating po talaga kami doon sa point na yung halimbawa po yung aking 3 teachers who are really proficient, no, in the use man lang po of video conferencing, Google Classroom po natin, ina-assist po nila o nagkaroon po sila kumbaga ng body system na yung isa naming seasoned teacher, no po, will be assigned to help technically yung isa naming teacher na hindi masyado pang marunong. I even heard po na confessions from them na, naku ma, may meeting tayo, I have to go sa bahay ni ma'am ano para maa-assist niya ako, katabi niya ako in doing it. And I'm very happy po that hindi lang po sa akin nagmula yung help, kundi we were able to develop a culture in the department wherein we will be helping out and reaching our hands to those seasoned teachers na alam natin po na nandun yung willing nila to learn, but they are not as fast as the younger ones, admitted po. But we cannot deny the fact na yung wisdom po kasi nila, yung kanilang experience, no po, in teaching ay sayang kung hindi nila ma-maximize at magagamit, especially during this pandemic, na mas kailangan ng ating mga bata yung expertise po natin. Ano ho. So ang kulang lang po talaga sa kanila is yung technical know-how pagdating po sa ICT. So what we did po in our department is we created this environment that would make everybody productive, no po. Hindi masyadong mafe-feel ni seasoned teacher na siya ay burden to others, and at the same time po, those who are more knowledgeable and more advanced in technology, they practice enthusiasm po in extending their hand. So hindi lang po sa akin, although yung iba po ay talagang minsan po, nung simula, pumupunta sa bahay namin just to be able, ma'am, paano ko gagawin tong e-tool ng IPCRF natin? Mga things like that, no? You just have to make them feel that despite of our age gap, despite of the generations that we belong to, ano po, we are still in one profession and we are still in one department, making us one family. And yung pong concrete help na pwede nating ibigay sa kanila, hindi lang po in words that na we are going to support you, you can still do it. Now, those are very good, encouraging words. But aside from that, we have to show them or give them more concrete aid para po makakope up sila. And happy po kami as a result na at this point, I believe yung kanilang on a scale of 1 to 5 po siguro na knowledge in ICT, no po, na needed talaga natin. Yung dati nilang skill na 0, probably naman po in a scale of 1 to 5 ay marami na nasa 3.
That's correct po, Ma'am Alma. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Alma. Tama po yun, yung nasabi ni Ma'am Alma, yung body system, okay, body system, at saka yung the one that Lilibeth said, yung give them importance. Another strategy lang po, let me share another strategy na ginagamit namin is yung quid pro quo, no? Kasama na po yon dun sa body system, tsaka sa ano po, yung sa yung making them feel important, no? Kasi meron po silang expertise, no? Meron po silang, kagaya na sabi ni Ma'am Alma, they have their own expertise, our seasoned teachers, no? Meron silang expertise na pwede rin ho nilang i-share. So ang ginagawa po namin is parang trade ba? We trade knowledge. Okay, so you will be taught technology, the use of the devices, yung how to use the applications, ganyan. But you also teach them, no? Yung mga teachers, we ask them also to teach us yung, for example, how to develop, no? How to develop yung syllabus, how to develop lesson plans, yung mga ganun po. Yes. So, thank you so much po for your sharing. So, ituloy po natin. Let's continue, and then we will again share later. Thank you so much po. Okay, so the next, our next activity, ito po, no? Yan. So again, it is a self-assessment. We rate ourselves 1 to 10, no? 1 is never, 10 is always. Okay. So this is on building talent and attracting and developing talent. We sustain collective leadership in the profession. So, ang gagawin po natin, we have here the items, no? I-assess natin. Let's bring out pencil and paper or pen and paper and assess yourselves on each of the items here. For example, I provide intellectual stimulation to faculty and staff. Ano ka ba? Is it never or always? So, or in between, no? Maybe sometimes, siguro pag sometimes 4, okay, or 5 or 6, ganyan, no? So, write down your score for every item, no? So, syempre ang perfect is 80. Perfect ho natin is 80, tapos 8 ang kulelat, syempre, no? So, anyway, these are the items. So, do you provide intellectual stimulation to your faculty and staff? Do you constantly share your knowledge with everyone? Yan. Do you foster knowledge sharing among members of the team? Ito yung sinasabi po natin, no? Knowledge sharing for everyone, no? O yung baguhan man siya, or seasoned man siya, yung mga ganon, no? Do you promote involvement of faculty and staff in decision making? Do you empower your faculty and staff in information and idea processing? Do you uphold collegial practices that build capability in others? Do you understand that reciprocal learning? Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, ma'am, no? Yung for your senior and your senior employee, senior teacher and your new teacher, kunwari, do you have reciprocal learning? Do you practice pala? Do you practice reciprocal learning that would lead to effective productivity? And number 8, do you understand that innovations result in development and delivery of high quality learning and teaching practices? Ayan. So kindly rate yourself as a leader. Sige po. 2 minutes. Ayan. Okay. One is the lowest and 10 is the highest. Okay. O, sige po. So, anong score po natin? You can post sa chat box po. Kindly post at the chat box. Okay, so yan. Or you can post or not. Okay. It's up to you. Ano. Actually, this is self-assessment. So we do not really parang we do not grade you, kumbaga, no? So ito para sa sarili ninyong consumption, in other words. Okay. So para lang maging aware ka. Oo nga, no? Kunwari, number 3, nagda-knowledge sharing ba kami? Ganyan. Do I promote knowledge sharing among them, or do I promote competition, yung bang ganon, no? Kasi may ganon po, no? Minsan strategy nila is for their teachers to compete para they are on their toes. Yan. Or those things. So ibig sabihin, if you have like 70 and above, no, 70 and above, you're exceptional. Yung below that, okay, kailangan may mga we have to identify also areas of improvement. Yan. So yun po, no? This is for self-assessment. Yan, that is for building talent. The reason why I brought this out first, itong unang-una, is because among our teachers in Region 1 and Region 8, ito yung number 1 nila. It is accepted, no? Na accepted na sa kanila na kapag leader ka, kailangan you have to stimulate your subordinates intellectually. You have to share your knowledge also. Kung ano yung knowledge ng iba, kailangan i-share niya sa mga kasama niya, sa mga colleagues nila. You have to involve your faculty members in decision making. Magtanong ka, ganyan, no? You have to empower them also. Mga ganon po. So, ito po ay ang number 1 natin. Ibig sabihin, karamihan po ng teachers natin in Region 1 are very capable in building talent. Yan. Okay. So, next, we go to managing data naman. Okay. So, because it is already our this is the era. Okay, this is the era of or the age of knowledge. Okay, and knowledge, syempre, is based on data produced. Okay, yung information technology nga po, our information technology is based on data. Di po ba? Okay. So, our tasks as teachers, our tasks as leaders depend on data so that we will be progressive and successful in our everyday tasks and in our goals, no? Educational goals. So how do we manage data? Okay, ito po yung challenges natin sa data use. Unang-una, ano ba yung mga data na ginagamit natin? Ano ba yung data na ginagamit natin? School records, student records, yung mga scores nila, yung mga grades nila, historical records, like ano ba yung contents, no? Contents na ituturo natin, ano yung mga lessons, those are data. Everything actually is data. Ano yung sweldo, ganyan. Ano yung mga items kapag mag-e-exam tayo as principal, di ba? Yung mga ganun. ano yung exams, ano yung mga assessments, those are data. So practically lahat-lahat data yan. Pati yung mga pictures, videos, ganyan, yung mga pinaggagawa mo sa TikTok, ganyan, kunwari, no? Um, those are data, no? So, all these things are important. All the data that we need are important because they are essential. They are crucial to our decision making. Hindi ho ba? So, ngayon, may mga challenges. We have a lot of challenges in data use. The first one is data availability. Okay. Even when we have so much data, in fact, in the internet, nag-uumapaw po talaga ang data. However, are they really available? The important ones, the essential data, the data that we need right now, are they available? Some may not be available immediately. For example, yung I don't know, we have our yung tinatawag nating anong tawag doon? Yung diagnostics. Okay, we have diagnostics data, di ba? We do diagnostics data from our students, right? We do that in public schools. I think so. We have diagnostics data. Diagnostics data are important so that we will know how to start our lessons, di ba? And how we are going to manage our classroom. But sometimes the results of our diagnostics data nadidelay, no? Nadidelay siya. So hindi tayo makapag-start, or yeah, we can start, but it's not anymore based on the diagnostics exam, di ba? So sometimes yung data na to hindi siya available, or mga let's say sa senior high. Okay, senior high, we need the data, we need the grades of our students from junior high. Kunwari transfer siya. Minsan yung grades niya from junior high hindi dumadating kaagad. So we do not know how to assess them. Ano, no? So minsan these data are not available, are not readily available. So challenge yun sa atin. Pangalawang challenge is yung access, yung pag-access natin. Some problems in data access are, we have failure in communication. Pwedeng communication through the gadgets, through our technology, through the line of communication. Minsan, it would fail. Then, yung example, no, there's no internet, no, there's no internet, but you will be communicating through chat, for example. Hindi po pwede dahil walang internet. That could be an access problem. Or maybe you need information from Google Classroom, or from the drive, from the cloud. Walang internet, so you're not able to access the information. The restriction on the use of data, let's say your level of access is not authorized, kunwari, no? You of course you will not be able to get the data that you need. Kailangan pumunta ka dun sa tao who has access, who has the access level to that data. And then, minsan, the content and the format are incompatible. Hindi siya po pwedeng i-open sa, let's say, sa Android. Hindi siya po pwedeng i-open sa computer mo kasi yung format niya is Apple, kunwari. No? So, these are some problems in accessing our data. Others, okay, there are also others like quality issues, no? Sometimes the data is not of very good quality, or pwedeng yung design nung data is not good, or it's not relevant, the data could be irrelevant, or the credibility of data may not be good, no? Like yung mga news pa, yung mga news, if the if it's fake news, di ba? Hindi siya good quality. So they could be withheld or they would be ignored. Another challenge is the limited capacity and skill to assess and use data. For example, yung when you are doing your action research, di ba? Minsan, or basic research, when you are doing that, and then you're doing like, you're going to compute using SPSS. Hindi mo naman alam gamitin ng SPSS. Akala nung iba kasi gagamit sila ng SPSS or JASP, yung answer nandun na kaagad na interpret na hindi po, no? So yung lack of experience mo, the poor established decision making procedures, low technical capacity, lack of expertise, pwedeng makaapekto, no, in accessing the data or getting the data, the correct data. Then we also have the political climate. Some there are conflict and political sensitivities that may prevent you to access data or to use the data. Ayan, no? So those are challenges. But going back, no, to the basics, ano ba ang benefit ng data management in education? How will it benefit us? IT yan eh, hindi ko alam yan. Usually gano'n, no? Data management. I think that's the work of our MIS. Ganun po, no? But hindi po, actually, data management is being used by everyone already, no? Ang importante lang po is how we will manage this data that we need. Ang benefits of data management are pala. The benefits of data management are, number one, it ensures data security. Yung bang school records, yung grades, student records, or personal records, if there's data management, then it will be secure. Number two, data management system only give access to authorized network users. So only those who have access to that particular group of data will be able to access them. Meron tayong tinatawag na access level. So this level only the data administrator can access. Ito naman, yung mga heads lang po pwede. Ito naman, pwedeng i-access ng mga teachers. Ito pwedeng i-access ng everybody. Ano, no? So meron siyang levels that would ensure security of data. Data management will also promote the efficient generation of calendars and events. These are important in our school year, diba? To be able to identify the calendar, the events that we have in our school. It will also automate timetable generation, yung paggawa ng schedule, no? Paggawa ng schedules, pag-control ng mga resources, gano'n, no? Allows efficient management of assignments. Okay, so for data management, you will be able to categorize, you'll be able to identify the due date, and you will be able to manage how assignments are to be accepted, how to be scored, how to be marked, gano'n. And giving it back and then giving feedback, ganun po. And then it keeps track of resources. So sa resource management, then like example in inventories, no, that's under data management also. It will prevent data loss through backups and storage. Kapag nagba-backup tayo, that is also a function of data management. And of course, prevents data redundancy. Yan. So those are the benefits of data management in education. What are the requirements of managing data in schools? Ano po ba yung mga requirements natin? Kasi gusto natin na ang data madaling gamitin. Ease of use. So usually gusto natin yung kapag meron tayong data management system, kailangan minsanan na lang na training. After nung training na yun, tama na. Hindi yung balik-balik tayong magte-training, hindi po ba? So there's no need for all-out training and strict supervision when using the system. So kapag tinuro na sa atin, madali na lang natin siyang gamitin. No? We also require strong security kasi nga sa education, our grades, our information, they are crucial, no? Kailangan private yan. So we need strong security. So secure data prevents data loss and lesser efforts in managing them. So kapag meron tayong strong security, mas madali na lang siyang i-manage. And then we have what we call future-proof capacity. Ito po we experience individually, di ba? Nung unang-unang nagka-cellphone ka, di ba? Wala naman siyang, anong tawag doon? Wala naman tayong memory, yung storage capacity, di ba? Ngayon, demand natin, kailangan 4 gig and 64 gig, mga ganyan, no? Kailangan 8 gig yung 8 gig yung system storage niya, tapos yung RAM niya would be 128. Meron na nga 256 di ba? Dun sa cellphone. Ganun din yung sa natin sa laptop, di ba? We started out with like 128 gigabyte, tapos naging 250 gigabytes, tapos 500, tapos 1 terabyte na ngayon, di ba? Yung mga bagong laptop, although mababa na yung hard drive niya. Actually, hindi na nga hard drive ang gamit natin because we now use the cloud. Nagka-cloud na tayo para mas malaki talaga, no? Mas malaki pa ang capacity. So ganun din yung sa ating sistema for data management. We demand for data storage na nag-i-increase kasi our demand is also increasing, 'di ba? Dati okay na tayo sa okay na tayo sa 10 gig, 'di ba? Marami na tayong na keep doon. Ngayon hindi na po pwede yung 10 gig, no? Ilang na lang, ilang pictures lang 'yon, ilang videos lang 'yon. Ngayon nga maghatching lang yung kaibigan mo, binivideo mo na, di ba? So we need capacity that would be scalable siya. Or ibig sabihin, nag-i-increase siya in the future. So we need also room for upgrade and expansion. Para in the future, kapag kailangan natin ng mas malaki, pwede nating i-expand. Ganyan, no? Yun. So, ito yung nire-require natin as an educational organization. Okay. So, ito sa another self-assessment. Ito ulit, no po? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay. We have 9 items here on setting directions. Ano yung setting directions? We set goals that the organization should meet. So, school, pakidagdag yung school dito. I know the school or in fact sa DepEd, di ba? Hindi lang school ito, it's the whole country's vision, mission, and goal, di ba? Tama po ba ako? Sa DepEd, I think it's the whole country, whole agency's vision, mission, and goal. So do you know the DepEd vision, mission, and goal by heart. Yan. So 1 to 10. I constantly remind the team about the vision, mission, and goal. Nire-remind mo ba yung mga teachers mo? 1 to 10 na naman. I push for practices that pursue the goals of the university or college. I have mastered outcome-based practices. Sa atin po is MELC, MELC. So, na-master mo yung MELC practices. I am skilled in evaluating the university or college collective and individual staff practices in relation to learning outcomes and well-being. I am skilled in high levels of quantitative and qualitative data literacy. Ito ba? Skilled po ba kayo in quantitative and qualitative data literacy? I'm curious about patterns and practices. I'm skilled in identifying problems or challenges in ways that open discussions. I am skilled in identifying needs and solutions. So, ito po, rate yourself. Again, I'll give you 2 minutes. Go ahead po. So, this is the setting directions capability. Okay? Ay, sorry. Okay na po. Hinahanap ko yung eraser kasi nasulat-sulatan na po yung ating screen.
Doc Mia, nandun po siya sa annotate function and then click the eraser lang po.
Naka-ano po siya, ma'am? Naka-disable sa akin.
Naka-disable. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyways, you can...
I think the one who wrote, the one who drew the line, siya lang ang pwedeng mag-erase po. Ayan, sorry. Okay.
Pwede niyo pong i-unshare and then reshare.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let me stop lang muna po. Balik na lang ako. Okay. Ayan. Oo nga, no. Na-erase na. Thank you po, ma'am. Okay, so, alright. So, ano po ang ating rating sa sarili natin? So, over 90 po siya. So, this one is 75 to 90 would be very capable. Yan po. Capable po tayo. Below 75 po, ibig sabihin, there are items, identify niyo po yung mababa ang rating ninyo sa sarili niyo, and that would be your area of improvement. Yan po. No? Okay, so we go on. Now we go to managing processes. Okay, so sa process na, i-check po muna natin yung essential competency checks. We have to check muna essential competency. So these are essential questions of a leader to improve processes. So unang question na chine-check natin sa mga practices natin is, are the practices, processes, and procedures that have been set in motion running as smoothly as I expected? Smooth po ba siya? Are they running smoothly as you have expected? Okay, so this is one question that you have to ask. Pangalawa, what measures are in place to evaluate current processes? Yung mga sinet mo na processes ba, meron ka bang evaluation measures? So, ano yung mga criteria mo to evaluate processes? Pangatlo, what processes and systems need to be adjusted, augmented, or eliminated to streamline the operation of the organization? Ano ba ang pwede mong tanggalin? Ano ba ang pwede mong idagdag? Ano ba ang pwede mong i-adjust so that your operation will be improved? Number 4, what are the constraints that we may face and what safeguards can I put in place now to compensate? Ano ba ang pwedeng issues na lumabas? What are the risks that may happen? What are the challenges that you may face when the process is ongoing? And what are the solutions what are the solutions that can be placed so that it will solve the challenge? And then next, have I matched task correctly with available talent or are adjustments needed? Yung inassign mo bang resource person, yung inassign mong talent ba, tama, nakamatch ba siya? Kung hindi, meron ka bang training program or do you have plans, development program para dun sa talent na yon para mag-improve siya? Or do you need adjustments, like do you need to add another person or do you need to reassign, yung mga ganon, no? Then, who do I need to involve in getting input and feedback for the processes and systems currently underway? Sino ba ang pwede mong i-contact or i-consult or sino ba ang pwede mong partner para dito sa process na? Yan, no? So those are the things that we need to check for our processes. Yung pag-manage ng process, of course, we call it process management. No? Sa education kasi, it is focused on the administration of teaching processes in public, private, and governmental educations. Meron po tayong process management sa education, hindi lang po ito sa business. Hindi lang po sa mga factory, sa mga manufacturing. We have administrative processes. We do have teaching processes dun sa ating institution. It brings together a host of activities and initiatives that constitute the bulk of education actions and serve as pillars of institutions. These pillars of institutions or educational institutions are, tatlo po siya. We have the pedagogical management, administrative management, and human talent management. These are the pillars of educational institutions. So, discuss natin one by one. Okay. So, una, yung pedagogical management. Paano po ba ito? It promotes all planning and teaching initiatives. So, yung processes in planning and teaching initiatives, under po siya sa pedagogical management. So, kasama dito yung management of teachers and professors, teaching methodologies. Ano bang teaching methodology yung gagamitin natin? Ito yung dapat natin gawin. Ano, no? Student interactions, paano ba, ano ba ang classroom management na kinakailangan? Paano ba tayo magbigay ng assignment? Paano ba tayo magbigay ng assessment? Anong lesson plan ba ang kailangan i-submit? Anong report ba ang kailangan i-submit? Yung mga ganun po, no? Pangalawa is administrative management. Ito naman, it will focus on caring for organizational resources. Nandito na pumapasok na po dito yung management of resources natin. So, it involves managing physical, human, and financial resources. Yung pera, no? Pera, yung mga structures natin, paano ba natin i-manage yan? Yung mga teachers natin tsaka staff, paano ba natin sila i-manage? And more specifically, we have the human resources management. This is management of all workforce forces within our organization. Yan po. Okay, ito yung mga example of processes in education. Registration, yung pag-enroll, yung yung mga yun, whatever other registrations needed, yan. Student records, ng student records, pag-manage ng mga records nila. Then we have recruitment of teachers. Alam naman natin na very complicated talaga ang pag-recruit ng teachers, especially in DepEd. Then yung monthly fees, tuition, ganyan, dami-dami pang problema. So we do have processes on all of this. Huh? So yun ang management of processes. May isa na naman po, ito, yung strategic thinking and planning. Okay, so we have 5 lang po, 5 lang na items in strategic thinking and planning. This is having a global mindset, we articulate the purpose, we have decision-making skills. Ito po, no? So, rate yourself. Are you experienced in planning to efficiently target needs and requirements? Are you skilled in implementing, monitoring, and evaluating plans? Do you seek the advice of specialists? Hindi mo sinusolo, no? To assist in my decision-making when needed. I am adept at utilizing information that support my decision-making. I use reciprocal learning and modeling of innovation for effective creation of learning and teaching practices. Okay, again, rate yourself 1 to 10. So it's very important that you internalize para makita po ninyo, aware po tayo na these are the things, these are the capabilities for strategic thinking and planning. I mean, these are the tasks that you need to master so that you will consider yourself capable. You have the capability of strategic thinking and planning. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, Sir Lorenzo. Sir Lorenzo? Sir Lorenzo, go ahead po.
Sorry pa ma'am, I used to turn on the chat and raise hand on
okay.
my Thank you po.
Okay. So, accidental lang po. Okay. Okay lang po. Okay. So, yun po, no? We have 50. So, I think, asan ba yung kodigo ko? 45 and above po, very capable. Okay. So, our next topic naman po, we have managing networks, resources, and complementaries. Yan. So, leadership networking. Ano ba ang leadership networking? Okay. So, ito po yung kailangan natin ng linkages with other with outside, no? With external agencies, external institutions or organizations. So, with leadership networking, we develop and use networks that build relationships and strengthen alliances in the service of the organization's goals. So, makikipag link tayo. We will connect with other institutions, just like what we are doing now, no po? Itong leadership development program natin, we link with i.LEAD, no? With the we have a linkage with i.LEAD so that it would, no, towards the achievement of the goals of our organization. Hindi ho ba? Pangalawa, it is about building relationships and making alliances in the service of others para sa students natin, parents, constituents, peers, educators, and staff. Then the third one, developing a robust leadership network that helps provide access to people, information, and resources. Yung bang, yung kulang mo dun sa organization, whatever is lacking in your organization, you can find it from outside, from other institutions or from other stakeholders, from other agencies, government agencies, or in your community. Okay. Yun yung tinatawag nating leadership networking. So, resource management naman. Anong resource management? This is the allocation of resources that organization has in line with the vision and mission of the whole organizational community. Ito yung pag-manage natin, no? Pag-manage natin, pag-allocate natin, pag-control natin ng mga available resources that we have. And then it says here, it is the ability to make the most out of potentially scarce resources. And we have a lot of these. yung scarce resources, yung kulang ba? Diba? Kulang tayo ng pera, kulang tayo ng papel, kulang tayo ng equipment, kulang tayo ng laboratory tools, mga ganyan, no? Marami po tayong kulang. Ano yan? Given na yan, di ba? Given na po yan. But resource management is the ability to make the most out of it. Kung anong meron tayo, we are able to manage and still achieve the goals of our organization. When two entities naman, this one is for complementarity. Ano ba ang tinatawag nating complementarity? This is when two entities, they partner together to create a more valuable output than the value of the individual entities. Yung having a partner para mas mapa, yung tinatawag nating two heads is better than one. Two heads are better than one. Ayan, two heads are better than one. Yan, no? So, kapag nag-partner na kayo, it will create a better results. Yan. So, two things that would complement each other, we call that complementary. There are, ito yung two separate units that would possess characteristics that when combined, make them better when they were on their own. So, yung bang parang they complement each other, they complete each other. para namang magjowa. Anyway, ang example, see, yung example natin, husband and wife, complementarity daw tawag doon. Relative yan. Okay, example natin is at pandesal. Kape at pandesal. Left and right shoes, no? Cars and highway, cake and icing, pencil and paper, ganyan, complementarity po sila. Tea, hot water and cup, ganyan, peanut butter, jelly and bread, blackboard and chalk, music and dance, students and teachers, ganyan, television and movie. These are complementarities. So in education, we find complementarities also na that would help us in our task as leaders, no? Yung complementarities, example of complementarities that we are using right now, yung buddy system. Yung bang you find teachers that would complement each other, that would help each other, that would share their own talents, no? And making each other improve or develop, and at the same time help in the improvement of our organization. So, I think this is another set of definition. When two entities partner together to create a more valuable output, two things that complement each other, two separate So it's the same, I think. Bumalik lang yata ako. Okay. Complementarity in educational leadership. So finding partners, no, finding linkages, finding connections that would work in harmonious necessity with stakeholders and network linkages. So yun yung tinatawag natin educational leadership. This is very important in today's sabi natin normal, no? Kailangan maghanap tayo ng connections, maghanap tayo ng linkages that would complement us, no? And it would help us with our resources, it would help us with our goals para ma-achieve yan. Okay. Ito, we have rating again. Ilan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lang po. Okay. So this is in managing resources. Are we adept in management resources to achieve our vision and goals? Vision, mission, and goals. Let's check whether we are equipped with information making decisions on how best to use resources of the institution or the school, no? Are you skilled in making decisions to gain support of learners and staff about the resources of the school? Do you ensure that you have the right information making financial, human resource, and property decisions? Then, do you seek the advice of specialists so that you will be able to assist in your decision making when needed? Then, do you prioritize seeking and allocating resources that match the university or college's strategic plan? Are you skilled in managing people, environments, and education that transform teaching and learning communities? Yan. So, one by one, you assess yourself, no? Rate yourself from 1 to 10 if you have this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50. Okay, 50 and above. Okay, 50 and above would be very capable. So are you capable in managing resources? Yan. Let me check the comments po. Okay. 55, 50, very good. Yan po, no? Yes. Okay. So, for those who have, low rating po, lesser than 8 siguro or 7, you consider it an area of improvement. Kasi pagka nakita mo naman po, madali na lang sa'yo ang mag-improve pagka na-identify mo kung saang area ka weak, no? Ayan. Okay. We have 6 key steps for effective academic management. Ito siya, no? Planning, implementing, and supporting. So, the first one, we have to map out targets for improvements in learning. Isa na yon yung pag-audit natin sa capability natin. Kailangan ma-identify natin anong areas ba tayo weak. I'm sure hindi tayo perfect, no? Hindi tayo perfect. Meron talagang medyo mababa tayo. Meron tayong nakaligtaan. So, i-maintain natin yung perfect tayo, yung 10, 10, 10. Maintain natin yun. But we should not ignore, no? We should not set aside yung medyo mababa tayo because this actually yun po ang you should focus on those where we are weak so that we can improve. Ganun po. Implementing. So get the faculty on board to do what's necessary to meet the targets. Supporting. We encourage students and teachers in meeting the goals. Yan. Advocating. We challenge low expectations and funding for students with special needs. Okay. So I think this is an issue. Communicating, make sure families are aware of the learning goals. Ayan po, no? Kailangan, ano po, we also involve other stakeholders like parents, the communities, no? So that we are able to achieve yung goals ng ating institution. Monitoring. Okay, we keep on top of test results. Yan, no? Then, ito po. We have what we call principled decision making. And for us leaders, we should be able to rapidly establish and broadcast the principles decision making in the face of rapid operations tempo is a best practice. So kailangan kailangan alam din po ng ating organization kung ano ba yung mga principles natin that would guide us in decision making. Pangalawa, we should gather ongoing feedback on those decisions from stakeholders and engage them in decision making when possible. So let's involve our stakeholders in our decision making. Okay. Ito yung pinakamababa po natin, isa sa pinakamababa nating capability, yung contributing to the development and well-being of education beyond their own organization. Ang reason, okay, one implication po kasi nito is that we are very much concentrated on our organization, on improving our organization, that we do not anymore go beyond our organization. Usually yun ang nangyayari po. So we can test ourselves. Are you experienced in making improvements to local and national professional networks? So doon po ba sa division natin, doon lang ba tayo nagko-concentrate, or do we also help out and contribute doon sa national, doon sa national teachers organization maybe, or even in international, nag-share po ba tayo ng ating mga knowledge? Pangalawa, I am knowledgeable in exploring opportunities to work with other educational organizations. Do you do that? Do you explore opportunities so that you will be able to share knowledge, share best practices, with other divisions, Are you skilled in working with local and government agencies? Well, we are in the government, but ano ba ang how do we help out our local communities? Meron ba tayong program? Meron po ba tayong program that where we can contribute naman, where we can contribute our knowledge, where we can contribute services to our communities. I am experienced in developing educational provisions and policies. Do you contribute to the development of provisions and policies sa DepEd? I am skilled in identifying problems or challenges in ways that open discussion among internal and external stakeholders. Do you get into discussions with other stakeholders? Yan, no? So yun po ang linkages. I think this one is linkages and networking, no? Yan. This one again, 45 and above will give you a rating for very capable, or a strong capability in contributing to the development and well-being of education beyond the organization. Okay. So we have the connected leadership team. Never is it more important. Ito according to, sabi dito, never is it more important for a leadership team to communicate effectively and efficiently than in a crisis. Tama po ba? Tama naman po ito, di ba? So during the pandemic, nakita ho natin na yung leadership team natin, kailangan we communicate effectively and efficiently. Situational awareness of other members of the team. Kahit na sa tingin natin post-pandemic na tayo, still we need to be aware of other members of our team. Ano yung role nila and what are the events unfolding in their mission areas that can be of critical importance. Look, we have to be aware na hindi porket we consider this the end of the pandemic, balik na tayo sa normal. Hindi po. This is the transition na pinakamahirap. Yung bang going from yung pandemic normal pandemic normal to the post-pandemic, no? Post-pandemic situation, napakahirap po. This is the difficult part. Para po siyang manganak ka na naman, di ba? It's a birth pain na naman. It's another birth pain, no? Parang manganganak ka na naman. So it is a very crucial time. So in these times, yung team mo kailangan intact yan. Alright. According to 14, sabi dito, in the great scheme of things, schools may be relatively small organizations. Yeah. You consider, no, sa global scenario, schools lang. However, whether we are a small school or we are a small organization, yung challenges natin, the challenges that we have as leaders is far from small or simple. It is not simple at all. No? Yan, according to 14. Okay, so these are my references. Okay, thank you very much. So if you have any questions po, I am now open to discuss that with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc Mia. I think we had a very comprehensive discussion this morning. Naisip ko, ang hirap palang maging school head, ang daming expectations. So I think there are teachers who are cut out to be administrators and to lead in their schools. And there are really those who are cut out to be foot soldiers, no, to be part of a team. So, dear teachers, kung meron po tayong questions or we want to share anything, this is the time po. Kanina meron pong mga raise hands pero nasa kalagitnaan tayo ng discussion. So, maybe now you can share. Use the raise hand icon lang po or put your questions in the chat box.
Ma'am, yung references po kasama doon sa ano tawag dito?
Sa presentation
Doon
po ni
sa
Doc Mia, will post it later.
Presentation.
Yes po. Share po namin sa lahat yan later in the Facebook group.
Okay. Any questions po?
Habang nag-iisip po sila. Doc Mia, kahapon po
Yes,
with
ma'am.
Doc Maribel, there was an issue about resources or generating resources.
Yes, ma'am.
Sabi po naman, there was this question about accepting contributions from politicians or political parties. What should be our siguro thing to remember about this, ayon dun sa discussion mo kanina about resources and linkages?
Supposedly we are apolitical, no? Dapat apolitical kasi educational institution tayo. Naku, napakahirap tong question. Kasi unang-una, we have to consider yung scarcity talaga ng ating resources. That is perennial problem, di ba? It's a perennial problem. However, we have to lobby natin na ang ating the educational sector should be a priority, no? Yung climate natin ngayon, political climate, I know, no? We are being used, the educational sector is being used para, it's so difficult to give, malaking issue ho kasi ito,
Yes,
no?
yes, tama po.
Malaking issue. So, I think we need to lobby na gawing priority ang ating sector, the educational sector, so that we do not use politics. Our politics will not use us for their own, end. Ang masasabi ko lang po, for now, no, we really need the connections. We really need connections with industry.
Yes.
As much as possible, hindi, it should not be politically motivated. Kasi marami naman na po tayong social businesses, social organizations ngayon. Like for example, ano ba yung mga social businesses na po pwede nating lapitan. There are a lot of social businesses that we can connect with so that they can help us with resources, yung scarce resources natin.
And even alumni, Ma'am Mia, right? And yung
Yes,
mga non-government organizations na may ang education ng kanilang advocacy.
correct.
So siguro po it's a matter of knowing alternatives to rather than accepting or soliciting yung mga
Correct,
help ng mga
yes.
political parties or politicians. Marami pong mga non-government institutions who are willing to help. Even yung mga Filipinos who are based abroad, sila
Correct,
po yung
yes,
very
ma'am.
willing
Marami
talaga na tumulong sa atin. But I suppose there's no problem accepting help from, say, an alumna or alumnus who is well off and would like to donate perhaps mga resources sa school, Doc Mia, di ba pwede rin yun?
Yes, correct. Oo. We can also, yung principle po ng yung trade, yung trade, we can help them in return for help din with our resources. Yan.
Tama po, like yes, go ahead, Doc
Yes,
Mia.
ma'am. Yung
ahead
para
po.
hindi tayo, yung wala tayong wala silang because if we solicit, no, we solicit donation, ganyan, no, donation, parang yung principle ng utang na loob, yung ganon. So to avoid this po, to avoid yung yung utang na loob, we make use of yung trade na lang. We help them with something, and then in return, they will also help us.
Yes, Doc Mia. Mayroong
We have
mga
programs.
comments po sa chat box. Si
Yes.
Ma'am Bondoc says, there's an evidence scarcity of finances in education, yet our policymakers are saying that we have enough. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe that's politics. Ano po idea niyo dyan, Doc Mia?
Napaka-obvious naman po, no? It is not it is very obvious that we do need additional resources. We need how do you call this? Kailangan po natin ng constant injection of funds so that we can operate yung smoothly. The truth is, totoo naman po, nag-ooperate po tayo. We do operate normally, no? Despite the scarcity of our resources. Pero hindi po ito dahil sa dahil sa yung tamang funding from the government. It is this one we I think we can say na because of the personnel, because of our leaders, no? Yung initiative of our leaders, we are able to operate well. Imagine niyo na lang po yung ano. Ito po, this is my personal opinion, no? Yung what's the program? What's that program before the start of the school year? Yun pong brigada. Ano po 'yun? Brigada Eskwela. Yes, Brigada Eskwela, no? So this is voluntary, hindi ho ba? Voluntary, hindi ho tayo nababayaran nito. Okay, so this is the initiative of our leaders. And this one, this is not funded by the government. And supposedly, itong brigada na ito, itong brigada eskwela na to, dapat program ito ng government, and all the people who are doing work para ma-prepare ang mga classrooms natin, ito dapat ano siya trabaho ito ng government. Pero hindi. This is the initiative of our teachers, initiative of our leaders sa DepEd. So, nag-ooperate yung ating school not because of the budget, yung enough budget from the government. We are operating because of the initiative of our leaders.
Tama po.
I don't know.
Mostly the stakeholders.
Agree or disagree?
Yes po, agree. Agree. Para tayong cellphone na running on low battery mode.
Correct, ma'am.
Or battery conservation mode. It's really the stakeholders and led by, of course, the school heads and school administration. Sila po talaga ang lifeblood ng mga schools natin.
Opo, that's right.
Doc Mia, siguro related question to, si Teacher Crispin is asking, how about po if teachers and PTA officers get involved politically and confidentially in acquiring materials for the school's benefit? I take nyo lang daw po dito, Doc Mia.
Supposedly, hindi po no? If we compare with other countries po, for example, Malaysia, no? Malaysia po ang lahat po ng wala pong contribution ang parents at saka yung estudyante. Students do not have any contribution with the resources in schools. Sa government po lahat 'yan. And just sharing lang po, no? Of course, Malaysia is much more, sabihin na natin, resource-rich country than our country. Pero ang very efficient din po ang educational system nila. Ganito po 'yon. Yung sa elementary, lahat po 'yan coming from the government. Pati po yung pag-prepare ng schools, yung pagpatayo ng kahit ano, no, sa schools, lahat 'yon po. Yung PTA, yung PTA parang ang nangyayari lang po doon, yung para aware lang yung parents, pero wala hong contribution 'yan. Walang yung mga materials na yung mga TV, ganyan, nanggagaling po lahat sa government. Hindi po natin hinihingan ang mga parents. In fact, every semester, they get, anong tawag doon? Book allowances from the government. Mga libro, yung mga binibili nilang libro, mga textbooks, meron po silang allowance galing sa government. Aside from that, meron pang mga yung sa uniform po nila, provided also by the government. So, ito po parang tulong na lang po ng mga parents . Ang start po actually nung PTA na nagko-contribute, parang tulong na lang po nila. Pero yung inoobliga po sila para magbigay ng materials, hindi po dapat. Pero these are difficult times. We have to do what we need to do. So, minsan ang mga teachers medyo kumakapit na po tayo sa patalim, humihingi na tayo ng contribution from parents. Understandable po yun.
Yes, Doc Mia, I agree. No, talagang difficult times. Pero I think as teachers, we also know yung mga families of our learners. And siguro there are those who are well off enough to
Opo.
contribute. Kilala naman natin kung
Yes
sino.
po.
And alam natin yung talagang walang mabibigay. So it's really just a matter of use of discretion also on the part of the
Yes.
teacher. And avoid lang po natin kasi may mga DepEd memos din about solicitation and
Yes po.
yung difference ng solicitation sa donation, kung alin yung dapat nating tanggapin. So we have to be careful, especially po yung mga school heads natin who are
Tsaka optional po
here.
yung iba eh. Ano po?
Yes po, tama.
Yung voluntary lang talaga.
I think wala naman na pong questions.
I think
Doc
Ma'am
Mia?
Mary Ann po.
Ay, Ma'am Mary Ann. Where is Ma'am Mary Ann?
Hello, good morning po.
Yes po, go ahead po.
Just for the sake of the discussion, kasi I was not able to attend the previous first hour. Pero during this while Doc is answering the queries po tsaka yung mga na-mention niya. So I'm one of the public school principals po in San Pablo City, and I would like to add din po dun sa mga na-mention na issues and concerns. So number one po siguro, I can share na it depends on the priority of the principal kung saan i-allocate yung funds nung MOOE or the maintenance and other operating expenses. Kasi dito po sa amin, as much as possible, hindi po talaga hindi po talaga ini-encourage ang mga teachers, or we're not requiring the teachers to spend for the materials and resources at saka yung sa mga needed facilities inside the classroom. So I could say na marami po sa mga schools dito sa amin ang talaga pong ginagawa ng paraan ng school head na ma-priority yung mga kailangan, kasi nga po we are as much as possible ina-avoid natin yung sa sariling bulsa ng guro manggagaling yung mga materials, especially if it is instructional materials, and then for printing of test papers and all that. Then yun pong kanina nabanggit regarding po sa PTA. PTA po kasi is
Hello,
Ma'am Mary Ann, na-mute po kayo, ma'am. Ma'am Mary Ann.
Mukhang na-mute si ma'am. Hello?
Ina-unmute ko po siya pero ayaw po ng device niya. Ma'am Mary Ann, naka-mute po kayo, ma'am.
Ay. Nagkaroon
So,
ng
this
technical
is-
problem.
Ayun po. Go ahead.
Ay, nag-off na naman, ma'am.
Hello?
Ma'am Mary Ann, go
Yes,
ahead po. Namumute po yung mic niyo, ma'am.
Sorry po. So yun doon naman po sa PTA, as I was saying, hindi din naman po required ang mga parents dito na mag-contribute, but then may certain mga policies and guidelines po ang DepEd kung saan pong mga projects mai-allow ito pong fund na ito na naiipon ng PTA, especially meron po silang mga guidelines on kung paano yung procurement and then yung liquidation of the funds. Yun naman pong sa Adapt a School, yun naman po ay, sabi nyo nga po kanina, susugan ko lang din po, I agree na ang mga parents ay hindi naman po talaga required, and they are only encouraged to give donations, katulad po ng nababanggit kanina, they're just encouraged to give donations para mas mapataas pa natin yung provision ng mga materials and resources po sa ating mga bata. Yun naman pong nabanggit regarding sa politics, meron pong bagong release na memo, order, DepEd Order 47 Series 2022, about po ito sa professionalism ng mga teachers. Na-mention po dyan yung tungkol sa politics, that teachers should not get involved with politicians in soliciting items or cash or whatsoever na for the school, except if it is through the SEF funds or dun po sa naka-umbrella sa Adapt a School. So siguro po, ma-emphasize natin na we are discouraging teachers to get personally involved, whether confidentially or in public, sa pakikipag-ugnayan po sa mga politicians, except doon po sa umbrella na naka-guideline sa Adapt a School program and sa Special Education Fund na dumadaan din po talaga muna sa DepEd para po maiwasan natin yung mga conflict kasi we are non-partisan. So yun lang po siguro yung maa-add ko sa discussion. Thank you po.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Mary Ann. That was very comprehensive po. Yun.
Maganda po yung mga inad ni Ma'am Mary Ann kasi meron palang specifications na ganun na of course the LGU as an LGU as a government body can help, no, pero hindi po individual politicians siguro. Tama po. Ma'am Mia, may tanong dito about data naman po si Teacher King Rowell Salinas. How can we make sure data in the school are used for continuous improvement and not solely for accountable or siguro accountability purposes?
Opo. I think we do have our MIS, no? May MIS po tayo per division or per school din po. Usually, ina-identify po natin yung data security natin. Meron tayong sariling policy. We should have our own data policy, no? That would identify kung ano ba ang mga data na critical, yung kailangan i-protect, no? Like example, yung alam niyo po ba na yung mga records ng mga estudyante natin, kailangan protected po yan and only accessed by authorized personnel doon sa ating organization. So i-identify ho natin yan in our data management policies. Data management policies para maprotektahan so that we can protect the data, yung crucial data natin. We have to, kailangan aware din po tayo kung ano ang mga data na pwede nating i-access, ano ang data na kailangan natin, and how are we going to produce that, or where are we going to get this data na kakailanganin natin. Kasi nga po ang data ngayon, it is an important commodity na, it's an important resource. Kasi nakasalalay po diyan lahat ng ating task as teachers, di ba? Yung scores ng mga estudyante natin, no? Yung scores ng mga estudyante natin, these are very important data para ma-compute natin ang grades natin, para naman ma-promote yung ating mga estudyante. Yan po, very very crucial po yan. Yung pong yung data rin po natin, yung mga content, yung mga assessment natin, these are important data na kailangang maprotektahan natin. Kaya nga po ngayon, no, we have we have another science, no? We have another field of science which we call data science. Ito po, pinaka-recent po siya na develop. Pero actually ginagamit na natin ang data ever since, no? Na identify lang natin na oops, ito pala yung isang resource na kinakailangan. So definitely data is very crucial to the improvement of our organization or to the success of our organization. Ang kailangan lang po natin gawin is to identify kung paano ba natin i-manage yan, paano natin i-control, paano ba ang sharing ng mga data natin. Ina-allow nyo po ba ang sharing ng assessment? Kunwari, sa mga mathematics teachers nyo po, sa mga science teachers nyo po, nag-share ba kayo ng ng assessment ng exam, kunwari, or mga quizzes, nag-share ba kayo? Ano ba ang gagawin nyo para hindi ito mag-leak, hindi lumabas, no? Hindi mapunta sa estudyante? Meron po ba kayong portal kung saan nyo nilalagay yung mga exams na to? Meron po ba kayong history na since na ibigay mo na to, hindi mo na dapat ibibigay dun sa susunod na batch, yung mga ganun po. So, all we need to do is to identify. We should have policies on data management para ma-organize siya, tsaka para ma-control siya. Yan po.
Thank you, Doc Mia. Although meron naman tayong national policy on data privacy, I think this is one task also for school heads to create policies or guidelines on data use in their own institution. So maganda po to. Kung merong issues sa schools natin about data privacy or data sharing, isa po to sa policies na pwede nating gawin. No? Pwede po nating i-propose even sa ating mga division offices.
Basis po natin yung mga regulations from the government para sa ating management for our policies.
Tama, Doc Mia. Even yung mga fill out natin na data enrollment form which has data on family background, addresses, and income of parents, private po yung data na yan. So, dapat meron lang security level ang makaka-access sa mga data na ganito. Even the grades, tama po si Doc Pia kanina, the grades of students, dapat meron pong malinaw na guidelines kung sino lang yung pwedeng mag-access or gumamit ng data na to. Dear teachers, alam ko marami pa tayong issues na gustong erase, pero reserve po natin yan. Meron pa po tayong 2 sessions. Medyo nag-overtime na tayo with Doc Mia. Doc Mia, final words po to our school heads and teachers this morning.
Okay. It has been my honor to be here with you, mga to our leaders, no, our educational leaders. Yun lang po. I'm sure ang pinakamahirap ang pinakamahirap sa atin, yung unang-una po, yung management of people. Yan. Yung data at processes, madali na lang po yun. If all our subordinates, all our partners are cooperating with us. Yan. So, siguro ang pinakatututukan natin is yung pag-manage po ng ating teachers. Yan. Okay, so thank you for having me again. So I'll see you around. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Doc Mia. Thank you also, dear teachers, our school heads, and educational leaders who are participating with us in this program. Thank you po for very actively engaging with our resource speaker, Doc Mia, for this session 2 of the first module 4, about managing people, data processing to foster school improvement. Second session pa lang po tayo, meron po tayong 2 sessions na natitira. So kung meron pa po tayong issues meron pa po tayong questions. We reserve them for the other sessions, and I'm sure po matatouch din natin yung mga topics na yan which we are really interested in, and we'd like to hear also from the best practices of our fellow school leaders who are participating in this program. Maganda po yung sharing natin sa chat. No? Just keep them coming po kahit na hindi po mabasa out loud ng ating resource speaker or hindi ko po mabasa. All of our participants can read it and nakikita po nila yung sharing ninyo. And I'm sure we get as much ideas from our resource speaker as well as from our fellow participants. So just keep your comments going po, especially about the discussions. Ang dami po nating natutunan from each other as well. So we now move on to our asynchronous session to answer our assessment task for session 2 based on sa mga discussions po natin this morning. We will resume our synchronous session at 1:30 in the morning also. 1:30 in the afternoon, sorry. 1:30 in the afternoon po for our third session. This time po, student success naman po yung pag-uusapan natin. So they are our main stakeholders. So napaka-importante po nila for our organization. Maraming salamat po. We'll see you back at 1:30.